How to retune your frequency and vibration. Mekus with the Continence Club. Email me if you need help with anything regarding controlling your mind. I will make a video topic on that. Again, today is all about fixing your vibrational frequency. That's the gap that we're bridging today when we're talking about your current and desired situation. We're going to dive a little deep into both today, so please bear with me. And I'm going to start off this video by explaining that retuning your vibration is all about thought perspective. I talk about it a lot in my videos. I could be doing the same thing that you're doing, but our thoughts on it are different. And that's what sets us apart. And when you realize this, it's very freeing, because whenever you start to align yourself to your desired situation, you're going to have thought perspectives that are in alignment to this, which is going to get it to be attracted to you. Because right now you're in a space where you're not aligning your thoughts to your desired situation. You're aligning your thoughts to your current situation. And that's why you're getting more of that. That's why you're not seeing any progress over to your desired situation, or you might see a little bit and then bounce and snap right back. So I'm going to get you to understand this a little bit more by explaining that your thoughts really do matter. It all comes from your thoughts. Your thoughts are the seed. Your thoughts are going to lead to certain belief systems, which are going to create certain emotional aspects about yourself that's going to lead you to do what? Take action. So all the actions that you take in this life, right? It all comes from your thoughts. All the effects in life come from a certain cause, which ultimately stems from thought. So what am I trying to say here? What I'm trying to say is that your state of mind dictates your destiny, literally. It dictates the experiences, the circumstances, the relationships. Matter of fact, it even dictates your wealth, health, and where you are at right now. Where you are right now is because of your vibrational frequency, because of the thoughts that you've been having up to this day, up to right now. Once you understand this, you're not going to be the same anymore. Why? Because you're not going to be controlled by your mind or external forces. You're not going to be controlled by things like your school teacher or the government or your mother, father, your uncle, auntie, your friends, your workplace. None of these things are going to have control over you anymore because you understand this. You're going to be in control. Right? You're going to be the one that dictates your state of mind, because you understand that is what's going to get you to your desired situation, right? So the reason why you are stuck in your current situation, we're going to start here. Your attention and focus is in a place that it shouldn't be. Your perspective, right? Your perspective is not where it should be. Your perspective, your focus and attention is in your current situation. Although you may know you want to get here, it stays here, right? Because that's how you've been pretty much consistent and used to remaining here. That's why you're here. And that's why your attention is where you don't want it to be, because that's what you're used to. So it's time for you to get a little uncomfortable and jump into the unknown, right? And in order to do so, you need to understand that your energy flows where attention goes. Let me say that again. Your energy flows where attention goes. So if your attention is in lack, in limitation, right? In all of these things in your current situation that you don't like, that's where your energy is going. And that energy is going to create that reality in which you're stuck here, right? This is what I didn't understand for the longer part of my life, right? But whenever I started to understand this concept, I was able to find a lot more wins in my life and get closer to my desired situation. So when you continue to look at this physical existence, this physical reality as limited, uncertain, chaotic, right? You look at it from a state of victimhood, then you're going to simply stay here. You will simply receive more negative circumstances due to the law of attraction. This is a law. What you think about is what you get. What you are is why you're here in your current situation, right? You attract what you are. You get what you give. So start to give better thought transmissions to yourself, to this world. Start to attract who you are through your thoughts, and then you're going to get to your desired situation. So all you need to do is simply change your thinking faculties, change your thought transmissions and your perception on life, so that you can transition from this place that you hate over to your desired situation. That's how people become successful in life. That's why it's such a small amount of people that become successful in life. Even the successes I've had in my life, when I think back on it, it's because I changed the way I thought about things. I changed who I was. And you can do the same thing. That's the privilege that you have, the honor of living in this physical world. This is what God gave you, right? So let's make use of it. And so let me ask you something. What's the result of you staying in your current situation? What's the result of staying here? You're going to look like this guy. You're going to be regretful of your life, and this is, matter of fact, my elder sister, she sees a lot of patients, right? And one thing that she's told me is that one thing that she finds in common with her patients that are passing away is that they regret not living the life that they wanted to live. They regret not making something out of themselves. They regret not getting to their desired situation. I can't make this up, right? And so this is what I'm trying to save you from looking like, from being a regretful person. So the result of staying in your current situation, and this, that's the thing, this, what it's going to cost you staying here. You're going to regret it, right? You're going to remain in stagnation. Let's just say it how it is. You're going to have a poor self-image. You already know your self-image isn't great. You're not really proud of who you see in the mirror, and that's okay. You can change that, right? The result of staying in your current situation is victimhood, right? You're going to point fingers. You're not going to want to take accountability because you're scared, right? Because the unknown is your desired situation. You don't know what it's going to take for you to get there. It's going to make you wretched, right? You're going to live a life that you're going to be okay with, being in a state of limitation. It's going to lead to a whole nother range of effects, right? And wretchedness is definitely one of them. So it's time for you to retune your vibration. You don't want to be sad anymore, right? You don't want to be sick, right? You don't want to be depressed. You don't want to be lazy. You don't want to be a procrastinator. I put this little koala there. I could have put a better picture, but you get the point. You don't want to be lazy. You don't want to procrastinate. You don't want a negative bank balance. You don't want to look like this guy again. You don't want these things. But what if I told you that these things here are a result of your thought frequencies? What if I told you that? Would you believe me? Well, think about the people who are living in abundance, the wealthy people, those that are living long lives. Do you think they are sad all the time? Do you think they're depressed? Do you think they're sick? Of course not, because they are in vibrational alignment with wealth, with health, with great relationships. This doesn't exist in a world where your thinking faculties are in that of abundance. It's impossible. It's impossible. So in order for you to receive your desired situation, remember one thing, and it's that all is mind, right? Again, your mind dictates your destiny, experiences, circumstances, relationships, wealth, health, and pretty much everything about life. So the desires you want are high vibrational. So this means you need to align yourself mentally first, right? It's a mental game. It's a spiritual game first, but before it becomes a realistic game, a physical one, right? You cannot expect to receive your desired situation if your mindset is not in accordance with it. It just can't happen. And if you do receive it, if you do get to your desired situation and you're not mentally in alignment, right? Be prepared to lose it because your vibrational frequency is just not in alignment, right? That's how the world works. You can't expect to be a successful person when your thinking faculties is that of lack and limitation, of scarcity. It doesn't go together. The two don't go hand in hand. So think about what you want from a first person perspective and hold your attention on the 5 senses. This is visualization, right? Keep your attention focused on the life that you already have because you already have it, right? Think about that and it's going to be drawn to you. So all you need to do is make a decision that you will be the person worthy of your desired situation. That's all you have to do. Make a decision and set that intention. I'm here to tell you, don't worry about how or when you're going to receive it, who you're going to talk to, what you have to do. Obviously, you have to take action, right? But don't make that your main center of focus. Work on yourself internally. That's literally all you have to do. Make yourself feel good. Work on yourself. Face your demons. Face your shadow, right? Think. Be in solitude for a little bit. It's okay to not go out every weekend. It's okay to stay indoors and work on yourself for a certain amount of time before popping back out. It's okay. It's all about balancing yourself within, right? So work on yourself internally and keep your thought processes in the wish fulfilled to draw it to you, right? And so now let me ask you, what's going to be the result of this, right? It's going to be purpose, because you took the time to reflect on yourself, to get into solitude, right? Purpose is the result of your desired situation because you know where you're headed. It doesn't matter what your school teacher is telling you to do. It doesn't matter what the government's telling you to do. It doesn't matter what social media is telling you to do. It doesn't matter what your favorite influencer is telling you to do. None of that stuff matters. What do you want to do, right? Because that's what's going to lead you to your purpose, right? It's going to lead you to a state of fulfillment because you did what you wanted to do. You're not going to be regretting. You're not going to be looking like this on your deathbed, right? Because you fulfilled your desired situation, right? You lived life to your fullest potential. You lived life the way you wanted to live. You created your own destiny because you were a creator. You were created in God's image. And all God does is create every single day, right? The result of your desired situation is service, right? Because you understand that you get what you give in this world. So once you're of service to others, you're most definitely going to get what you want, right? And then authenticity, because you're living in your purpose, because you're living a fulfilled life, because you're of service, you are an authentic person. You're not living by anybody else's means. You're living by your own means. And how cool is that, that you're staying in your own lane and you created a path for yourself and you separated yourself from everybody else, right? It's okay to be a loner. It's okay to be an introvert, right? It's okay because you were never born to fit in anyways. You were born to stand out, and that's okay. And the result of that is the money that you want, right? The relationships that you want, the love that you want, the happiness. Look at this guy. Look how happy he is. That can really be you. And I'm not even saying that to be funny. Like, I really mean that. You have the whole world in your hands. You'll have that nice car. You'll be able to travel where you want. You'll be able to have that health that you want. This is what you can receive as long as you put yourself in alignment with your desired situation and understand that you are a creator and that everything in this life is in your hands. So that's what's going to happen when you retune your frequency, when you retune your vibration from your current situation over to your desired situation. This is Mekus with the Continence Club. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you on the other side. And until next time, keep going.